Hey guys, what's up? It's Carson. It's a very chilly day today. We got our first snow of the season yesterday. It made me so happy. I love snow so much. But today it is below freezing. It's cold out there. I just got back from class and I wanted to do something kind of fun. So today we're going to be doing a world building exercise for I Am a Monster. It's my novel that I gave up on / didn't give up on. I made a few videos about this novel, which I will link in the description box down below. If you haven't watched them, I would recommend watching them before you watch this, because I'm going to introduce you more to the world and the characters that I'm talking about. So in this video, we're going to be doing a little bit of kind of brainstorming, fantasy, world building on the spot. I thought it would be kind of fun for you guys to see exactly what goes through my brain when I'm thinking of a novel or thinking of ideas for a novel, and then maybe you guys could help me choose what you think would fit the characters best. Carson from the future interrupting. Guys, please stay till the end of this video, and if you don't want to stay till the end of this video, then skip through to where you see the table of things that we chose, because I am going to be writing something based on the story idea that we created together and that you choose. So I really need you guys to tell me which story is your favorite in the comments down below, and whatever one gets the most comments will be the story idea that I end up using, writing in either a novel excerpt or a short story, and I'll be vlogging that whole experience. But I need you guys to participate, so even if you don't want to sit through the whole video, I understand that it's a long one. Skip to the end and let me know, because I need your comments. I have a whole bunch of different categories in front of me that I'm going to pick out of this mason jar, and we're going to make 3 sets of these categories. It'll make more sense when we start, I promise. And then I'm going to pick one to do a writing exercise with. The first category is environment. So I have 10 different sort of landscape elements in the jar. We're going to be picking 3 out, and then those will go towards story A, B, and C. So, are we ready? They're all shaken up. I don't know what they are anymore because I wrote them down like forever ago. The first one I picked out is mountain. I don't know if you can read that. The first one I picked out is mountain. So story A will take place in the mountains. They will live in the mountains. Story B will take place on a glacier. And story C will take place on a volcano. So we have a mountain, a glacier, and a volcano for our environments. Some of the other ones that are in here that didn't get chosen are things like on a riverbed or by the ocean or in a valley, things like that, but those don't matter anymore because we are either on a mountain, on a glacier, or near a volcano. Round 2 is types of government. So I have 10 different types of government here, and we're going to pick 3 out to correspond with our environmental factors. So, oh, one jumped out. So I think that's gotta be A, and it is a principality. So if you don't know what a principality is a region of land within a larger kingdom or empire that is ruled by a principality, or just kind of a ruler that's taking over that particular area. So if we choose story A in the end, my main character, Sorka, would be the princess, or just the ruler of this principality, which would mean that she is under the dominion of some other higher ruler. The second type of government that I chose for story B is a collective government, which means that everybody has an equal say and rules together, kind of like a majority or an all or nothing sort of deal, depending on what story you're writing or reading. And then the third type of government is going to be, ooh, I'm really excited about this. This is meritocracy, which is a system where whoever's in charge is chosen because of specific skills or intellect that they have, which I think is just kind of a fascinating way to have a government, to actually have it be the people who are the smartest or the most truthful. Then Sorka, my main character, would have to embody what it is they think the ruler should have, or what is valued the most. And if she doesn't, then obviously that would be a point of contention in the story. So right now, after the first 2 rounds, story A takes place on a mountain in a principality. Story B takes place on a glacier and it's ruled by collective rule. And story C takes place near a volcano and it has a meritocracy. So we are ready for round 3. Round 3 only has 5 choices, and these 5 choices are about how society is going to run. So it kind of dictates what people's relationships are to each other and how they live. So the first one is artisans. So in a society like that, people would be craftsmen, they would be boat builders or beaters or blacksmiths, and this is kind of reminiscent of guilds in the Middle Ages, people getting together, groups of craftsmen and creators getting together based on what they create. So in this society, people would all have an individual craft. People wouldn't necessarily be doing hard labor or things like that. They would all have a skill of some kind. So the second one we have picked is a class system. So for story B, we would have some type of class hierarchy. I didn't dictate what that hierarchy is in the jars. I left that up to me, if I choose that story, what kind of class structure I would put in place. The final choice is a nomadic society. So in a nomadic society, those are people who travel from place to place depending on what time of season it is for resources. So if it is winter and they don't have enough resources where they are, they pick up their stuff and they move. It means that they don't have a permanent settlement. It means that they are very flexible, and it also means that they don't own a lot of things. All of their belongings can be carried with them from place to place. Story A takes place in a mountain where Sorka is the ruler of a principality, which means she is under control of some other higher force, and her society is one where people are craftsmen predominantly. Story B is taking place on a glacier. It has a collective government, so everybody rules together as a group. Nobody is more powerful than another person. And paradoxically, their society is one broken up by class. So it would be very interesting to see how that would necessarily work out. And then story C takes place near a volcano. It is one ruled by a meritocracy, so the person in charge is chosen for a particular skill or trait that they have. And this society is a nomadic society, meaning that they are not sedentary, they do not stay in one place, but they travel around depending on what resources they need or what time of year it is. Now for the final round, round 4, is going to be particular values that this society has, and we're going to pick 2 values for each society. The first value is one that they praise, that is very good to have, and the second one is one that is not so great to have within each of these stories. So for story A, the story where we are on a mountain in a principality with a craftsman sort of society, they value strength. So that's something like warriors, fighters, people who are maybe blacksmiths, somebody who works in a very physical trade, and they do not value wisdom. They do not value wisdom, so maybe that means that they don't think that traditional education is important. Maybe they're all about the artisan way of having apprentices, which would fit with a kind of craftsman sort of society. So for story B, where we are on a glacier, we rule by a collective government and we have a class system. That society values self-sacrifice. So they value people who give up something for the group, maybe, because it is a collective, so that kind of makes sense. And then they do not value piety. So they don't value religion and being very religious. So I don't know, maybe because they're on a glacier, they think that God or the gods, whatever their religious system is, doesn't really support them or believe in them because they kind of got the short end of the stick. Maybe that's why they don't value piousness. They think that it's a waste of time. And for story C, where we are near a volcano, we rule by a meritocracy and we have a nomadic system, nomadic society. They value cleverness. That's actually really cool. I like that. So they value cleverness, maybe because they live near a volcano. You need to be clever to, you know, stay safe or to find food because maybe things are burnt, things don't grow well because maybe it's a really active volcano and it's always burning everything. Yeah. And they do not value innocence, which again, maybe it's because they live in a very harsh environment. People who are innocent aren't able to protect themselves or to contribute to the group because they need to be coddled, something like that. I'm going to flash on the screen right now as I am speaking to you a table with all of the things that we have decided for story A, story B, and story C. So take a good look. Let me know in the comments down below which story you guys would pick for my characters, if you know anything about my characters. So now that we have all three of our story ideas and you have seen them, let me know in the comments down below which one you guys want me to do a writing experiment, maybe write a short story about with my characters from I Am a Monster, and then I will share that with you guys. Maybe we'll do a vlog of me writing that short story or novel excerpt or whatever it ends up being. I'm really curious what you guys think. I'm super intrigued by the idea of being on a glacier. I think that's really cool. I also think that a meritocracy is really cool, where certain skills are valued and others aren't. And the idea of self-sacrifice being valued above all else for story B is really cool for me because I write about Vikings and self-sacrifice isn't really something that they're all that into, so it would be something completely new for me. But let me know what your favorite story idea of the three that we came up with today is, and I will pick majority rules. Honestly, I bet you there's going to be like 6 of you here, so if you did make it this far into the video, please choose a favorite and let me know, because if you're the only one that comments, then I'm obviously going to go with the idea that you chose. So you kind of have like all the decision-making power. But that is it for today. I had a lot of fun making this video and I'm already thinking of ideas for all 3 of these stories. So again, let me know. I'm super excited to make this story with you. I think it's going to be kind of fun. And I will see you guys all in my NaNoWriMo update on Sunday. I hope you had a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye!